first 5 innings or so, pitchers were owning us, and we need to get more work off of them. That's one thing that I felt. But when we are playing other teams, we're playing teams that are quite lesser than we are, so our hitting is not getting challenged like it was tonight. So it was good to see that, but at the same time, it was good to see the finish and the battle and the hunger and the excitement when you could just be settled and say, whatever, let's just get off the field and be done with it. So I love the fight behind that. The frustration is leaving. I'm just calling them empty at bats. So we have a runner at second. She's left there. We had 13 of those, which is way too many. So those are things we're learning about. Bunt game needs to be a little bit better. I like the way our catchers threw down. I was really challenging them tonight to make me want to not send runners, and they did that. Sam Landry's just really cool. I like her out there a lot. I thought Peyton Monticelli threw really well tonight. And the secret weapon that no one has seen yet is Bella Smith, which is really going to add something special to this pitching staff. So I like where we're standing right now from the pitching side. Offensively, we're getting there. It's just there's a lot of young ones that are so hungry, and they're getting, I think, sometimes in their head a little bit, like, don't strike out. I can't strike out. You know, I don't know what's going on in there, but sometimes it looks like that's what they're feeling or thinking. So we got a lot of work to do, but the hunger and the drive is there, and Agbayani is special. She is a special athlete, and the fact that we can bring her in and pitch and do a lot of things with her, and bringing Ella in as well. We've got a lot of different weapons. So it's a bittersweet, because usually I'm like, okay, yeah, fall is done. Yeah, let's be done. I don't want to be done. Like, I feel like we still want to keep going, and I think they feel that way too. So that's what's exciting, is the hunger is still there.
Patty, do you have more power than you thought you maybe had?
Well, we had a lot last year.
Well, I know, but the team.
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's there when you put it all together. When you put maybe your starting 9 on the field, I'm going to feel that about anybody could hit it out. So I think, yes, I think there is more than I might have thought of.
You mentioned Agbayani. What did you learn about her this fall? Or what progress did you make, either one?
I think her hope was to be around a competitive team and a competitive program, and I think she found that, and she has really shined from that. She loves this stuff, and she's made for it. I think you guys probably know who her father is.
A little bit.
So, yeah, I showed our team the video of her dad hitting the walk-off home run against the Yankees. I can't remember who it was, but it was a walk-off home run in the World Series. And nobody knew who he was. They were just watching, like, what are we watching this for? And then they looked at her, and they looked at him, and then they said his name, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's your dad. I'm like, okay. They don't watch. They don't know. I know, we know, but she's very shy, kind of quiet, very loving, very fun, but when she's on the field, she changes a little bit, has a sassy, saucy kind of mentality that I really love. I love her in the leadoff, and she can do so many different things. So, yeah, I'm really happy with her, and I think she's really happy being here.
Same question, but with Sam, what did you learn about Sam? Is this what you expected her to be?
You know, when they played here, she didn't pitch, so I didn't get to see her here. And I didn't really watch her a lot, but when I started watching her on video after we knew we were looking for a pitcher, she had some really good stuff. She was very smooth. Again, very kind of unassuming, doesn't look very nervous, just kind of going with the flow. But her stuff is really good, really good. So she's a competitor. And again, she wanted to find a place where she could really grow as a person, and she's very likable. Team enjoys her, so it's a very good fit for both.
Patty, what's it been like seeing Nellie continue to come along and make strides this fall?
Yeah, I think that's something I'm really excited about because I felt so bad for her with her injuries just coming back. She couldn't compete as a freshman, so that red shirt kept her hungry. And so this fall she's been looking, and she's been working really hard to make sure that all of her injuries are, done with and rehabbed well, and she looks really good, looks really strong. She reminds me so much in a wonderful way of Sid Romero. Just her style, the way she looks, the way she talks, the way she laughs, like everything. Every time I see her, I think of Sid, which is a good thing. So she's winning that spot right now.
Patty, you mentioned Bella. What can you tell us about her status?
Bella Smith?
Yeah.
Status-wise, I mean, she's doing everything at practice. The problem was a transfer situation where her other university did not get things to us in proper timing. And so we couldn't do anything about it. And so she's missed out on 8 games, but we put her against us probably 2 times, sometimes 3 times a week, just to keep her working and keep that kind of competitive spirit.
You feel good about the way that she's
I
done so
do,
far?
yeah. I like our staff. I think it's very diverse, and they can do a lot of things. And you see this Audrey Lowry doing her thing as well. And again, I think my highlight tonight was Peyton, because I think Peyton has had control problems at times, but she looked very in control and really hammering, strike zone.
How big was this last month in terms of trying to find some vocal leadership?
We worked hard. I've got a good group of 5 that I think have really grown into this some. It's still quite different because they were always the quiet ones being told what to do. And all of a sudden now it's like, it's your turn to tell everyone else what they need to do. And at first they were like, I'm not really made that way. I'm like, who's going to do it? Because it's not going to be me. I can't do that. So I kind of created a group of 5 to collectively work hand in hand and figure this out. And I'm seeing them gather together and talk about the messaging that they want to give to the team. So I'm seeing some of that start to stick a little bit more.
Hannah made a great catch tonight, and she's got great skills and a really good player. Now, you told us she's had 2 surgeries, I think.
Yeah.
So how's she doing?
She's doing well. I think she's had 2 back surgeries.
Right.
The first one didn't go well, and this girl was in pain constantly. And you can look at somebody when they're in pain and it just hurts you because you know that she's hurting. So this summer she went home and she had it done again, and it was a lot more successful. So now we're just kind of keeping an eye on her and letting her go to a point until we feel like she might look like she's starting to stiffen up. But she would never have been able to do the things she's doing right now last year.
You take a deep breath when she dives like tonight?
No, not anymore, because she just, it's her. She is going to do it, whether it's going to hurt her or not. She's going to do it for the team. So I just kind of watch the way she gets up. That's going to tell me whether she's going to, she will check herself out if she needs to. So if she's not doing that, then we know we're in a good place.
Last 2, Coach.
Yeah.
Also, Patty, you talked about young players struggling when at the bang.
Wait.
Not struggling, but being nervous.
Wait.
Being nervous.
Slow down, because I have to hear you. I love your
sorry.
accent. I just
Sorry, I
gotta
didn't
get
even
it.
think that.
Because I
Sorry, I
didn't
didn't
hear
think
what
about
you
that.
said.
So you talked about your young batters being nervous
Yes.
when stepping up. A, how do you plan to help them with that mental battle? Obviously, it's not a lot. But also, B, do you feel like there's any young players helping already starting to break that ice or break that pressure already?
Your voice is so much more sophisticated than these guys. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
You're not going to find any argument.
I was just It's a good question. So the freshmen are playing nervous. I can feel that. Gabby Garcia is such a good shortstop who is just frustrated at the plate. And they are pressing and they want to be so good. And the harder they try, the worse it is. And so we're having conversations with them about thinking neutral. Like, don't get too high, don't get too low, don't get caught up in the outcomes. They just don't know how to shake that because they live in that place. That's really what society is telling them, you know? And so we're telling them something different. Like, just, you're going to be loved regardless of whether you play great or not. And they just, right now, they're not believing it. They want to get in that lineup. They want to be great, and they haven't seen this kind of pitching. I mean, they're still learning. But I've seen them make great strides. I really have. Tia Malloy's been hurt, little freak injury that now she's back, but she could swing it. Gabby Garcia had a really good beginning, and it's on television. I mean, you can view it, but they still come out. So I think I heard, if you guys heard, over 6,500. People won't get 6,500 in the course of 4 years, some of these teams. So I don't put out tweets a lot, but I might have to put out a Go Boomer for our fans because they were amazing.
Let it confuse them. They'll think you've got another recruit.
I know. I don't want to get them all riled up, so I'm just going to say it straight up. It was pretty awesome. For our team also, our players, our freshmen, our newcomers have not played in front of a crowd bigger than 500. So when this crowd showed up this last Friday, they were just in awe. So it was good to get them to feel, and they kept saying, it's so loud, it's so loud. Like, this isn't even half of what you're going to feel, so get used to it. So it was really amazing. It really, really was. I was really happy. The players felt loved and wanted because, I mean, honestly, we all know that such a phenomenal group of athletes left this program, and so they're wondering, well, are they going to love us the same? We're not as good, or what? How are they going to look at us? And you can hear them in every pitch, so it was wonderful.
Patty, is Gabby and Grace Lyons, when she was a freshman, are they similar?
Yeah,
Okay.
very much so.
They are defensively.
Mm.
Okay.